One foggy night, a Yankee fan is heading north from New York, and a Red Sox fan is driving south from Boston. While crossing a narrow bridge, they hit each other head-on, mangling both cars. The Red Sox fan manages to climb out of his car and survey the damage. He looks at his twisted car and says, "Man, I'm lucky to be alive." Likewise, the Yankee fan gets out of his car uninjured, he too feeling fortunate to have survived. The Red Sox fan walks over to the Yankee fan and says, "Hey man, I think this is a sign that we should put away our petty differences and live as friends instead of being rivals." The Yankee fan thinks for a moment and says, "You know, you're absolutely right. We should be friends. In fact, I'm going to see if something else survived the wreck." The Yankee fan pops open his trunk and removes a full, undamaged bottle of Jack Daniels. He says to the Red Sox fan, "I think this is another sign we should toast to our newfound friendship." The Red Sox fan agrees and grabs the bottle. After sucking down half of the bottle, he hands it back to the Yankee fan and says, "Your turn." The Yankee fan calmly twists the cap back on the bottle, throws the bottle over the bridge into the river, and says, "Nah, I think I'll just wait for the cops to show up." Little Johnny is playing with his electric train set in the living room, and his mom is in the kitchen when she hears him say, "The train has arrived at the station. All you mother getting off, get off. And all you mother getting on, get on." She immediately scolds him for the language and puts him in timeout for 30 minutes. He comes back afterwards and resumes playing with the train. She smiles when she hears him say, "The train has arrived at the station. Those getting off the train, please do so. Those getting on the train, please do so." Then he says, "If you would like to make a complaint about the train being late, then go talk to the in the kitchen." A man approached the airport counter, juggling several bags and looking slightly annoyed. As he reached the counter, the agent greeted him with a smile. "I'm flying to Los Angeles," the man said, placing his bags on the scale. "But I want this bag to go to Portland, this one to Albuquerque, and the last one to Sioux Falls." The agent blinked, her smile fading into confusion. "Sir, that's impossible. We can't send your bags to 3 different cities." The man raised an eyebrow. "Why not? You did it last time." A teacher asks the kids in her 3rd grade class, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Little Johnny says, "I want to start out as a fighter pilot, then be a billionaire, go to the most expensive clubs, find me the finest lady, give her a Ferrari worth over $1 million, an apartment in Copacabana, a mansion in Paris, a jet to travel throughout Europe, an infinite Visa card, and all the while her like a loose screen door in a hurricane." The teacher, shocked and not knowing what to do with this horrible response from little Johnny, decides not to acknowledge what he said and simply tries to continue with the lesson. "And how about you, Sarah? I want to be Johnny's lady." An old couple are sitting in church when the old woman turns to her husband and says, "I just let out a silent fart. What should I do?" The husband says, "Put a new battery in your hearing aid." A customer in an Italian restaurant is so pleased with his meal that he insists on telling the chef personally. The owner proudly leads him into the kitchen. "Your pizza is superb," the customer tells the chef. "I just spent a month in Italy, and yours is better than any I ever had over there." "Naturally," the chef says. "Over there, they use domestic cheese. Ours is imported." The young rabbi was an avid golfer. Even on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year, and a day for prayer and meditation, he snuck out by himself for a quick 9 holes. On the last hole, he teed off, and a gust of wind carried his ball directly over the hole and dropped it in for a hole-in-one. An angel who witnessed this miracle complained to God, "This guy is playing golf on Yom Kippur, and you cause him to get a hole-in-one? This is a punishment?" "Of course it is," said the Lord, smiling. "Who can he tell?